Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the Gecko. Another day, another video for you guys. This is about ESL Pro League Season 5 Finals, which should be starting up any moment. I might have uploaded this a little bit too late, but still. This video is all about predictions, my thoughts, what I want to see. So let's get right ahead and look at the two groups we have. This is going to be a little bit of a weird round-robin type format tournament. It has only two groups, and the thing about the two groups is that they have 6 teams each. It's a little bit weird and confusing for a round-robin type of event. But what happened is that the top team of each group will go into the semifinals automatically, and second and third place will battle in the quarterfinals for a spot into the semifinals. Now, in my opinion, these groups are a little bit iffy. Like, there's a lot of big teams in one group, in both groups, so really, I guess nothing you can do about it. But Group A seems super stacked with SK, Immortals, G2, Fnatic, Envious, and Cloud9. And on the other hand, we have Group B, which is Liquid, Navi, Mousesports, North, NRG, and Optic. In my opinion, a little bit of a more easier group, mainly because you have 3 organizations that are like American organizations, all due respect to them. I'm also a big fan of Optic as well as SK and a few other teams, so I'm not trying to bash on them, but the matter of the fact is, Group A is a lot more stacked with an Envious, G2, and freaking Fnatic at that SK. That's 4 out of 6 that are super like big teams. Maybe Envious, let's say Envious not. You still have 3 of the top 5, pretty much 10 top teams in the world, and well, Navi on the other team, doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let's look at predictions. Let's look at the teams. We're going to pull up on the screen right now my predictions, and whatever is with green is like what I think is a pretty decently sure thing. The orange one / yellow is a little bit of a wrench. It might happen, it might not. I definitely think SK will beat Cloud9 early on, even though they do have the tendency to lose the first game in most LANs or lose one game within the group stage, but I had them winning all of them, of course, because I think that they'll beat most teams that they're playing against. G2 will most likely beat Envious, most likely. It all depends really on how G2 came in here today. G2 can literally come in and bottom out today, or they can come in and end up like 2-0 today. Like, it just really depends on how Kineas is feeling, on what Apex is looking like today. NBK is usually there, so like it really depends. It's a really, like, Shox is always there, so it really depends on really Kineas, see if he is coming in red hot or not. If he's not, G2 might have a big problem. I have them beating Cloud9 as well, and then Fnatic come into the scene. I think Fnatic is one of those teams where hot or cold, they can at any moment during a match just light up and get it done. I'm pretty sure they'll beat Immortals. I'm very sure they'll beat Envious. Well, I'm very sure they'll beat Immortals. I'm more than sure that they'll beat Envious as well. They're just a more well-rounded team. They do less small mistakes, which I see Envious making a lot of them, and especially Immortals make a lot of small mistakes. And Fnatic will capitalize on every single one of them. In the Brazilian duo between Immortals and Fnatic, I honestly, SK, sorry, I honestly don't see Immortals taking SK. Now, Fnatic beating SK, I have it in green. SK beating Fnatic in green. I have it in green. I was leaning between green or orange because that's going to be, in my opinion, that's going to be the best match of the day. Although you have the French duel very early on. But the best match of the day, in my opinion, is Fnatic versus SK. It should be a 6-6 match. And Envious against Cloud9, I gave Cloud9 the edge because I think that Stewie is not going to bottom out. I don't think him and Automatic are going to let their team lose every single match. But against Envious is a match that they can stay competitive. And then go into the second group. Navi beating Liquid is almost a no-brainer in my opinion. And so is North beating Mousesports. Although Mousesports have been looking pretty decent. And I haven't seen North in some time. So that might be one of the places where I'm wrong. Like, I still have it in green. But you really never know. Optic versus NRG. Optica is a team that I really like. I think they're in a very good shape. I think that taking Jason was their way to say, okay, we're going to gamble on someone to build up inside our group to be a good in-game leader. I think that they have a bigger edge than NRG. And Navi have a bigger edge than Mousesports. I don't even want to go into that. Optic will probably take Liquid. Not entirely sure. It really depends on how Liquid looks like early on and how Optic looks like. That's why it's an orange. North will take out down NRG. Navi will take out North, in my opinion, and Liquid NRG. Very simple, very straightforward. That's the first day, which in this video is already way too long, so we're gonna go much faster on the second day. G2 taking out Immortals. Again, it all depends on how Kenny S looks like in this tournament, and probably Apex as well. Immortals usually make very small mistakes and have a little bit of problems in lands. Fnatic will take out Cloud9. SK will take out G2 by very little. This was my speculation right there. Immortals taking out Envious, in my opinion, is something that could happen, as well as Cloud9 if they're really hungry to get the wins and to at least stay a little competitive. SK will take Envious, Fnatic will take G2, and that's also a 50-50. Depends on how G2 looks like more than anything. Optic will take out, and then on the other group, Optic will maybe take out Mousesports. Probably not. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's like my fanboyism, giving them a chance. Navi will take out NRG. Liquid might take out Mousesports as well, and this is me bashing on Mousesports really, because Liquid is not in a good shape at all, but I don't think I've seen Mousesports doing anything too crazy. They make a lot of small mistakes, and they're very, very, very momentum based. So if they get like bummed out, they can bottom out of a whole game. North taking out Optics seems like a no-brainer to me, and so the rest of the matches going for Navi against Optic, North against Liquid, and Mousesports taking one easy from NRG. It's just how it looks like. The way I see it happening in the semifinals, we'll have SK from Group A, or between North and Navi in Group B, depending on who wins what. If they win based on my predictions, it's 4-4, and then I don't know how they'll break the tiebreaker. And Optic going out to the playoffs as well. I think that out of all the organizations in there, Optic is probably more hungry and working the hardest to get to where they need to get. Liquid is an team. They're still getting themselves somewhere, somehow. NRG, I don't see NRG doing anything, quite honestly. I'm sorry, I just don't see them doing anything. I don't see them winning one game. If they win a game, it's going to be a very, very big wow factor. And North and Navi just are going to battle it out to see who goes to the semis and who plays one more game in the quarterfinals to get to the semis. If everything works out the way it does and the way I say it, I think Fnatic will take out G2. And if it stays Group A versus Group A and Group B versus Group B, then SK will make it to the finals against Fnatic. If it's going to be whatever against Optic in the playoffs, Optic is not going to win. So eventually the semifinals will be North and Navi. And then we'll have to see. It really all depends on how they do their quarterfinals. I'm not entirely sure how it'll do yet. I'm rooting for my boys at SK. I think that they've worked super hard to rebuild their team. And that's why I want to give them the chance to actually win one and win it well and show the world that SK is back. Most people wrote them off, said, all right, well, they're done after two majors, back-to-back majors too. But now they're back. They're looking super red hot. And let's hope they don't make small mistakes. They just hope they come with their A game and win this tournament. My second favorite might probably be Fnatic. And the only reason it is Fnatic is because Fnatic like broke up and came back together, and they've been doing okay, but I want to see them show the world that those four players, that four core player that exists there, and now the fifth one being Dennis, is actually probably the best 4-5 players in the world, coming back and forth, like doing their thing, you know? They haven't been holding the top spot for too long. They had their era that ended, but they can just show that they can come back at any moment. That's all I have for you guys today. Let me know what you think in the comments below about my predictions. Let me know your predictions in the bottom of the video with all subscriptions, like where the comments are. Let me know, what do you think is going to be like a wow factor in this event? What's going to be a good, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like a good upset that we'll see, something interesting that'll happen during this event, or you think this is going to be just one more boring, oversaturated Counter-Strike event? Anyway, this video has been going on for way too long. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of you being here, and I'll see you in the next CSGO video, hopefully talking about this event and about cool things that happened in this event, breaking down some plays and seeing whether I was right or wrong. Cheers!